Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and we are doing November readings today. I've got the Orion's Animal Tarot here, and I've also got the Rune Magic Oracle deck and the Green Witches Oracle deck here to frame it up. As always, this is a general reading for a general Scorpio audience. So please take what resonates for you, claim it, and leave what doesn't for another Scorpio. Not everything will be for you. I invite you to check out the videos for all of your major astrological placements. So like your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign. Let's go ahead and grab your rune card. Okay. Oh. Nice. Okay. Let's get everything in frame here. So, starting with your rune, we've got Isa, which is the rune for ice, which is about delay or stagnation. Maybe even feeling trapped. And I hate to give you that news, but I also prefer to be honest about what the oracles and the cards say. And the thing about Isa is that it's kind of just the rune about it not being time just yet. And, you know, in November, we've got Mercury going retrograde. So this could absolutely be pointing to those delays that come up with Mercury retrograde. So that's always a reminder to back up your computer, or if it's time to get a new computer or a new phone, spare yourself, computer hiccups or technical glitches by upgrading or backing up your tech. Or, sometimes it might be appropriate to hire someone to help you with your tech. For example, if you do podcasts, or if you need help with, any sort of technical data entry, anything like that, it might be time to get help with your data, with your backup, to get up to speed with that. Mercury retrograde can also cause delays or issues with travel. So if you're planning any travel, anything to do with your car or your vehicles or anything like that, make sure you factor in a lot of extra time, or do anything you need to do with your car, like oil changes or tire upgrades or anything you need to do with that, because you're getting a heads up here to do any preventative maintenance before things get really hinky with Mercury retrograde. But in the event that Mercury does play with any of those tech or transportation areas of your life, just know to have a little bit of padding, allow for a little extra wiggle room in those areas of your life. Now, the other thing we have here, the other oracle card we have here is Moss Agate, which we love. Moss Agate is all about positivity and change. It's a great augur or great omen for a time when things are about to transition or transform, or we're about to see new opportunities. So holding, hopefulness in our heart. Having gratitude too also inspires change. Being grateful for what we have, and being hopeful for what's around the corner can inspire, new opportunities, can welcome in opportunities. And we see this kind of in this first row here, this very first tarot card. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Let's get this in focus. The Ace of Pentacles is the tarot card of new opportunities. It's a slower moving sort of energy. It's not like the other aces. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands can be much quicker moving aces with like an immediate invitation, immediate idea. The Ace of Pentacles can be a slower moving opportunity, but an opportunity or a new chapter opening nonetheless. And it can be something like, instead of like, obviously not winning the lottery, but like going back to school to get a license, your nursing license, for example. It can take time to get that license, but once you have it, then you're on a new career path and on a path to more security towards, home ownership and more stability for your family. So going back to school isn't the immediate, life-changing event, but it's the path to changing your life, right? Now, this is paired with this sort of new opportunity, or this new taking a step on the path to this new chapter, is paired with the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups is that card of, being aware that, you're sort of letting go of something in order to grab on to something else. There is this kind of there is a tinge of sadness with the Five of Cups. It's kind of a card that requires a bit of maturity, a bit of emotional evolution. There's in the traditional imagery on the Five of Cups, there is a central character that is looking at some spilled cups, while there's two upright cups just behind them. And the idea is the central figure has to turn away from the spilled or the empty cups towards the two cups that are upturned and still have, something like wine in them or whatever. So there's a recognition that the central character does not have five full cups. There's the recognition that the central character recognizes they have two cups, but they have to turn around in order to face those, filled cups, and turn away from what is spilt or empty or what they already used up. Right? So there's this maturity to turn away from what is left behind or spent or used already, and moving towards what is, new or still yet to be used, still what remains. So, some people, especially us midlife folks, might interpret this as a sort of an awareness of midlife. an awareness that maybe not everything has gone to plan, but there's still so much to live for. There's still choices to be made. There's still, rent or mortgage to be paid or whatever the situation is. So we have to keep moving forward, even if not all the dreams have been achieved or not everything went to plan. But there's still more to do, and there's still dreams that can be achieved, even if some things didn't come to fruition the way we had hoped. For some folks, this can be maybe a relationship that has come to a conclusion, or just hasn't come together in the timing the way you had hoped, or there's some sort of separation or something, but there's still the need to keep moving forward despite maybe some unanswered questions, or some some lack of total fulfillment in the way that it needs to be for now, that sort of a situation. So there's opportunities and a reason to move forward in this first week, but not everything is completely set in stone. Not all of the answers are in place. It might not feel completely ideal or resolved yet, but there's more to come. And we see in the next column, we see the Eight of Swords paired with a Page of Pentacles. Again, the Page of Pentacles is another opportunity card. This could even be an opportunity to interview for a new job, or something that gets you excited about an educational opportunity, like maybe your boss invites you to be the notary at the office and offers to pay for that education. Or it could be, if you're a student, it could be the sort of thing where your professor asks you to be a TA, or asks you to participate in a special project that gives you maybe a stipend or something. This usually comes with an additional education piece and a stipend or an additional commission. There's some piece of education and some monetary piece. So it's a little bit of a bonus and a little bit of an education. But there's a pairing here with the Eight of Swords, which can suggest maybe you don't feel quite worthy. The Eight of Swords is that card that suggests doubts, insecurities, fears, that imposter syndrome even, but that's only playing in your head. And those are just the lies that we carry from sometimes an overly critical parent, or being bullied, or just a sense of perfectionism that is holding you back from really participating fully in life. So whatever you're being offered through this Page of Pentacle moment, it's a chance to break out of this perfectionism or these insecurities, and step up into a new role, or get educated, be a key holder, or whatever this new responsibility could be again, another step down this new path, this new chapter for you. In the third column here, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Again, you're still kind of juggling maybe work and education, or work and a passion project. So you've got a lot on your plate. You've got a lot in your calendar, but you're really building to something cool and being resourceful. The Queen of Pentacles is our sort of Earth Mama. Gosh, I love this card. I'm gonna see if we can get it in focus here. She's really very resourceful. So she's good at making a lot. Oh, there we go. She's good. She's a great hostess. She's great at DIY and upcycling, and kind of making a lot out of nothing. She loves to host parties, and she's really creative at hosting and creature comforts and stuff. And so even if you're burning the candle at both ends, it could be that you're hosting parties. This could even be for those of my viewers in the U.S. with Thanksgiving coming up. You could be planning some really amazing dishes or creating your own amazing dishes for Thanksgiving. Really getting creative with your decorations, your decor, that kind of a thing. And in the last column here, we have the World and Temperance. These are the two major arcana cards you have in your reading, really ending the month with a sort of a bang. The World card, again, is sort of a new beginning card, stepping through from one phase or one chapter into a new role, a new beginning. This often comes up when, you go from high school student to college student, or from college student to professional in the world, or from single person to married person, or married person to divorced person, that kind of a life role change. Or it can be a new job, it can be moving in with someone or moving out on your own. So it can be a significant milestone in your life. Or just, it could even be when you get offered a key holder position at the office, that kind of a milestone. Or it could be retirement, something like that. This is paired with Temperance, which is all about balance and moderation, and not being, making good decisions in terms of your own personal health, and being balanced in all areas of your life, not spending too much money, not drinking too much alcohol or eating too much fatty foods, just being sated or satisfied in really healthy, well-balanced ways. So however you're kind of stepping through into this new phase or this new chapter, it has to do with being balanced and moderate, which is not the same as boring. I think some Scorpios might find that kind of boring, but it's about being mature. It's about making healthy choices, right? So stepping through into a new phase of health and balance, and protecting your body, your mind, and your environment with moderate, balanced, healthy choices. So, Scorpio, I'm going to say that although ICE or ISA doesn't seem like a great place to start from, if you start with strategy, if you start with thoughtfulness, and plan ahead for those moments when you might have technical issues, or you might have transportation issues, knowing that Mercury is going to be a little hinky throughout November. If you plan for these changes that you want to make in your life, and if you plan for balance and moderation and new beginnings, you are going to see these pathways open up. Slow but steady progress throughout the month slow, steady progress throughout the month unfolds, unfurls in a balanced and moderate and healthy way. I hope this has been helpful, Scorpio. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this reading, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment below. In any case, please take good, balanced care. Until next time, bye for now.